Hello and welcome again to Tech It Out. This is the first of the reviews of the Galaxy Note 5 and we're going to jump right into it with my absolute favourite feature of the phone, and that is this screen off note taking. It's wonderful. I can't say how good it is really because it's used constantly now, whether it's in a restaurant taking everybody's orders down so that I don't forget them, taking a quick note at a meeting, or as it is here, taking in some notes of an appointment perhaps. You can do so many things with this. It's just constantly in use by myself. I can't think now how I actually managed without it before, because I'd had to open up the phone and go into the diary or whatever just to do something. As you can see, you can amend things on the screen, so you don't have to save it with all the mistakes you've made. You can actually scrub it out and then save it as the correction is made. And then after you've done that, you can go into it. You get into it really quickly with the fingerprint scanner there. It's almost instant. You go into the notes itself, and on the drop down you just pull it down and there's the note. And then you can continue editing. You can amend it further, you can save it, you can do lots of things, including saving a time. If it's, for instance, a to-do list, you have to have it done by a certain time, you can save it as a to-do item. So 11:30 PM appointment at the office, and then go into the more sections here, and as you can see, you can all these choices, and you can choose the one that you need, save it as that one. So there you go, set the reminder, and you can set it for the time, day, or even week that you need it to pop up for you. I'll go into a fuller review of this another time because there are just so many features available to this, so many things that you can do. As you can see here, there are two sets of menus full of items that you can use to set appointments, save the notes in different formats, share the notes, and so on and so on. So that, I think, was going to deserve a video of its own. So that's the S Note from the S Pen, and as you saw, it activates automatically with the phone off when you pull the pen out. Don't have to go into the menu or anything, just pull the pen out and start writing, and the notes are there immediately for you to use. What we're going to look at next is the speed of the note. As you can see, it is lightning fast. There is no lag at all. I know there's been issues with people saying that they're getting redraw, but nothing at all. In the menu here, you can hide various items if you don't want to use them, dismiss them off the menu screen. I believe that actually stops them being updated as well. You don't have to go into the settings, go to the various applications and set them so that they're hidden. You just go into the apps menu in the apps drawer, and you can do it from there. I don't know if you noticed there, but some of the items have notifications on them saying that there are messages or updates. That's there as well. So you go in your app drawer and you see perhaps an update that you've missed somewhere. Your recent items, everything, like I said, is so lightning fast. It's incredible. I know I'm gushing a bit here, but I am so enthusiastic for this phone. It is, so far, an absolutely great phone. Now that's not to say it's not without its little quirks and whatever. It does have them, and I'll come to a couple in a moment. But as you can see, the quick settings menu here is fully customizable, and again there are options for various other settings included in that as well. The settings here, you can customize these if you want by going into edit and choosing which ones you want to show. So the most frequently used, whichever that may be, you can have it there. Now there are one or two things like T-roaming, which is from SK Telecom in South Korea. So of course that isn't used here, and it is in Korean, so I haven't a clue really what it says. And if we go down a little further, we'll see a few other settings. If we go into the mobile settings here, the data roaming is greyed out. Now, I've been told that if and when I go outside my provider's area and I lose signal, that will automatically go to roaming. I haven't tried that yet. Again, T-security is something that isn't needed. And as you can see, it's running Android 5.11 Lollipop. And it's due for an update soon to Marshmallow as well. It's on the list as one of the earlier updates. Just checking updates. And as you can see, it's already running the latest. What should we look at next? The camera is being written about. There have been videos about it. Everybody seems to love it. And I must admit, it even makes me look like a decent photographer. That is really surprising. So here's a couple of the photographs I took in fairly low light. This was a really overcast day. As you can see, everything, the colours are just popping and the clarity is incredible. I've never had photographs like this before in my life. As I said, it makes even me look like a photographer. This is about the only one that didn't come out so well. This was an extremely dark corner, and as you can see, it just went a bit fuzzy. And as for the videos, well, here we go. There's nothing more difficult than liquids in a lit room. This is not daytime, this is in the evening in a normal lit room. So photographs and videos, you will not be disappointed. They are just stunning, absolutely stunning. These are the flipboard cards I mentioned earlier. You get to these by swiping to the farthest to the left, where the Google Now would usually reside. Because you'll get to Google Now cards by long pressing on the home button. If you want to add or take away screens, of course, you can just do it as you would normally. Long press on the blank area of the screen and it pops up. You've got wallpapers, widgets, themes, and also you can actually set the grid size. So you can have 4, 4x5, 4x4. You can have themes. I think Star Wars is one of the most popular themes at the moment. There are quite a number of themes already available. Customization is almost endless, really. You can customize it any way you want. I must admit, though, I prefer my black clock. Now, one other feature that you can't actually see very well on this screen, but if I just pull down the drawer here and go into settings a moment, it'll pop out a bit better. You've got this little icon here, this little circle. When you press it, the S Pen features pop up. So you've got S Note and all the other items that you can use with the S Pen. So if you click on that, of course, as you saw earlier, you get the S Note which we were using. Then you can go into this one here. You can select an area of the screen, and you can save that as a file in its own right. Or you can go into the full screenshot by selecting this here, and once you've taken the screenshot, if you need to highlight something, leave a note, an adjustment for somebody, or anything else really, you can just make a little note on it and save it again as a screenshot and then share it or send it off by email or whatever you need to do. So there's the screenshot and a little note. Coming back into it again then. The index really of all the notes that you've made and saved. What you can actually do as well is you can add a further app to the selection simply by clicking here. Then by choosing the app, let's put Google Plus in there. So now when we tap it, of course, there's Google Plus, and you can just remove it by just tapping it again. Again, it's another thing I like very much about this, the simplicity of the UI. It's very intuitive, very, very good. And you have a setting there for the floating icon, which is the little icon that we've been pressing. But what you can do with this icon is you can move it anywhere you want on the screen. You can actually throw it around the screen, a bit like a little game really if you wanted, but I like keeping it down here out of the way. It doesn't get in the way of anything then. So of course you can use OK Google on this phone as well. So if we give that a try.
Take it out on YouTube.
Not understanding my accent too well, I think.
On Google.
Getting closer, but not quite there. But what we can do, of course, is we can make a correction just by tapping on the screen. Now I am using the swipe keyboard here, not the stock one. The other thing you might be interested in is how the phone sounds. So if we just find a video clip that I can use without having copyright issues. And as you can hear, it's quite loud. Not a lot of bass, but then you would expect it, but a good pair of earphones and you'd be fine. It does make a bit of a difference if you put your hand behind as well for the bottom speaker. One last thing, the wireless charging. It does actually work. It is equipped with it. So unlike the BlackBerry Priv, I am not going to be sending this phone back. So there we go, that's a quick first review of the Galaxy Note 5. And just for one of my inquirers who asked about LTE support, normal reception in my area is pretty bad, but when I went into town, here's the result. And as you can see, LTE works absolutely perfectly. Thank you for watching.